Hey guys, sorry, and welcome back to the channel. Now, it's been quite some time. It's quite some time since I've made another video, but I decided to do one today. I had some free time on my hands, and I wanted to show you guys one of the watches that I've been wearing for the last 3-4 months. I would say I have it for some time now, and I just didn't get around to show it to you guys because it wasn't his time, and you know that in combination with other bits and bobs, and it just didn't work. But I have it here today, and as usual, we're going to go through the whole shebang of specs, measurements. I'll tell you guys what I like, what I didn't like about it, and whether I do recommend it or not. Now, let's get into the box and see what we have in. And as per usual, I'll leave links into the description where you can find this watch in terms of price and yeah, in terms of price. That's it. There you go, and where you can get it. Now, let's have a quick look. What do you get in the box? Now, so this particular bad boy here, I'll just put that on the side because it's taking a lot of my camera space. Now, we have the Seiko Recraft So this is a part of the Recraft edition. It's the SNKP 23, as far as I remember, and you can find this in two other colors, as far as I know, green and kind of cherry red with different straps. Now, let's take that out of the box and see. So, now these are my spare links, and this is the label. Now, I got this from a vendor on Amazon. There you go. Vendor on Amazon, yeah, from a salesperson, sales guy on Amazon. There you go. SNKP 23. Now it says $275. Water resist 50 meters, automatic, hardlux crystal, screw see-through case back. Now this guy, I bought it for €160, €70. So it wasn't $275. Now it varies in price depending on where you get it from, but again, if you do a bit of research, I think Jumbo Shop does it for slightly cheaper, but you kind of have to, let me see, I can't get this out of the box, but there you go. It's making a lot of noise and I don't like that. And this is the warranty manual, limited warranty, and the instruction manual, and the little warranty leaflet there with nothing signed on it, obviously. Now, let's put all this aside. There you go. Let's show these away. Box, take out your pillow, and now take that away as well, because that's driving me crazy. Now, like I was saying, you can find this on Amazon. I paid €160. Yeah, €160 plus shipping, which wasn't that much. And you can it varies in price. Jumbo Shop does it for a little cheaper, actually. I think it does it for around $130. But depending on where you're from, you can pay import tax on it as well. So do bear that in mind. Now, let me see, just get it in focus there. So this is a beautiful watch to look at, actually. The thing that attracted me the most on this, it was the fact that you know, it's kind of square and has that kind of vintage look, vintage shape to it. Now, in all fairness, you'll see on I'll put it on the wrist later on. It kind of wears a bit bigger than it actually is, than the specifications may have you believe. But there you go. So don't always be led. So when you do get a chance to buy a watch online, just make sure you, if you can. If you see it somewhere, and if you can't, you know, like, just do a bit of research and see how it looks on the wrist. I always do recommend that, because that was one of the things that kind of put me off on this. Now, this is a beautiful watch to look at, and you know, it has its ups and downs, but we'll go through that. So measurements and specifications. Measurements. It has a 40. So it's actually 40 millimeter case. 40 millimeter case, 22 millimeter lug width, and it's 45 point something, 0.6, I think, or 0.7 from lug to lug, which is kind of small when you look at that. But like I was saying, it does wear quite big. Now, 3-1L stainless steel. It has a hardlux crystal. Can't speak this morning, and it has a screw case back with a see-through hardlicks on the back. Jesus Christ, this is harder than I thought. Now it does come on this metal strap, which is like it's solid links, so it's polished with these kind of connection, small connection between the links. That's brushed with polished kind of middle connectors here. Now, so these are all push pins, so it's no screw pins or anything. So fold over clasp, no safety, just press. Oh, and actually does have safety. Yeah, fold over clasp with the Seiko stamped on. Double press, fold over, and it's stamped. Not the best one here. That's okay for something for this price point. You would, but you wouldn't expect something milled, you know. But if you do on AliExpress and you find, or on GearBest, you do find certain watches that have a proper milled clasp. So nowadays, you know, but it's Seiko, so Seiko do that. I wouldn't expect it from Seiko, in all fairness. But nonetheless, it's a lovely strap. To be completely honest, I didn't wear it that much on this particular strap, because I just don't think it suits the watch. After all, I had it on this guy here, so there you go. It's nice brown and blue, and I think it wears it suits the watch better, and it just complements that dial. Now let's just put it really close and have a quick look at that dial. So applied indices all around. Look at that blue kind of sunburst effect coming through. Date at the 3 o'clock. So this features the 7S26 movement that you'd find in most of the Seikos. Lovely kind of surround around the actual date window there, day and date window. So it kind of pops up, which is pretty cool, and you can actually tell. So I kind of like that. Now it has these little pips at all the in front of all the indices, as you can see. Now those little things there, they're not lume, so I don't know why they're there. I think the watch would have looked much better without it. But yeah, there you go. You can't actually fault that. It still works pretty well with the whole assembly. And second hand, nice, like second hand is orange. So again, I still would have done it with a silver one, but there you go. Seiko at the 12 o'clock position, automatic at the 6, and that's pretty much it. And also on the hour and minute hand, you have that little white paint, which I don't know why is there. But then again, you think that it's lume, but there isn't any lume. So maybe it's just Seiko thought, you know, the design department was like, oh yeah, okay, let's just put it on there, and it's just going to help the whole aesthetics of the watch. And you know, when people see it, they think it's lume, but it's not. Okay, that's terrible. Sorry. I'll stick to the day job. Now, like I said, this features the Seiko's 7S26 movement, which it's not hackable or hand windable, so you'd find this in most Seiko 5s. Again, it's a nice and robust movement. It does the trick, but for a watch that costs around 160 euros, 70 euros, or probably more dollars, you'd expect at least a Seiko NH35. Again, why is Seiko doing that? I don't know. But then again, now just to let you know, let me just give that a quick wipe. It is a fingerprint and dirt magnet. Now still having a look at the case, the crystal kind of protrudes out a little bit. Now it is hardlicks, like I said, it's Seiko's proprietary movement. So honestly, I was afraid, and I'm surprised that I haven't chipped it that much, and it sticks out a little bit. So like I said, it kind of gives the watch that impression that it is really thick, but still it's 12 millimeters, so it's not super thick. Then again, and still having a look at the case, you have let me just give that another wipe. Like I said, it is a fingerprint magnet. Yeah, put that back in the image there. Good man. So you have polished sides with like this bottom part here is nice and brushed, taken all around the case, polished and brushed again underneath. Now it does have a few scratches on it, minute scratches if I put a bit of light on that, but you wouldn't tell because it is actually the polishing will take the polish finish on the case will make you believe otherwise. High polish, and really on top here has a round that takes it all around the case. The case surface, it is nice and brushed, so it fits in really well with all the aesthetics of the watch. Now just let me put that on the case and show you guys how it looks like. Now I haven't had any issues with it, because once you put, like, it works really well in terms of timekeeping and everything, so there are reliable movements. But still, now there you go, guys. So as you can see, with the strap that it comes on, I think it's around 130 grams, so it's not super heavy at all. It's not top heavy, but I just don't think that this strap suits the watch. And as you can see, I have a 6.3 inch wrist, and it wears quite chunky. Now, I had smaller watches and bigger watches on my wrist that with bigger dimensions, and still they were wearing slightly smaller. But there you go, goes to show that it's never the same. So design does actually affect quite a bit the way and the layout of the case, quite a bit the way the watch wears. But like I said, if you can get a chance to put the watch on a wrist that you intend to buy, something that something that your friend has and you want to get it or something, just get a chance to try it on. If you see it in a shop somewhere and you want to go and buy it online, please, always recommend trying that out. So it wears, like I said, it wears quite chunky for its size, but then again, it's not the biggest watch in the world. That dial stands out, really stands out. It's a lovely dial. So there you go. Now, complains, so pluses and minuses. What do I have to complain about? This particular one, like I said, it comes on this metal strap, but then again, always do go for a metal strap when you can get a watch, and you can always swap that for a leather. But the watch, the metal strap that comes on this watch, it's actually, it doesn't suit it. Not that it's the worst quality, it just doesn't suit the watch. What else I like to say? No loom on the hands, but then again, Seiko, unless you're buying a Seiko SKX or a diver watch, you wouldn't expect the best of looms. But still, that's another no for me. And also the movement for a Seiko around that price point, you would expect I would personally expect NH35 or NH36 around those lines. But then again, you can buy the Seiko SKX, but if you can still get it, that has the features the same movement. But again, the way I see this, I think they just decided to rebrand a certain part of the Seiko 5, so it's glorified Seiko 5. I would still expect to see like the little 5 underneath the Seiko at the 12 o'clock position, and I would go, oh yeah, it's a Seiko 5. It's just a different kind of case, but that's just me. Now, guys, that was my review of the Seiko SNKP 23. Like I said, I'll put a link in the description box where I got the watch, and like I said, you can do a bit of research yourself. I think Joma Shop is the best one to get it from. Thank you for sticking around. If you were sticking around up until the end of the video, thank you very much. I'll post another video soon enough, as soon as I have time. Thanks for sticking around. Again, hope you enjoyed the video. Click a like, subscribe, and all the above, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks a million. I'll see you.